Between 1988 and 1997, the Conner family, spearheaded by Roseanne Conner, brought the audience's attention to crucial topics such as poverty, domestic violence, racism, and teenage birth control. Roseanne was a comedy that stood out in its accurate portrayal of working-class families. The chemistry between Roseanne and her husband Dan was perfect, and it was easy to fall in love with people who portrayed life as it was. In the show, Roseanne Barr played Roseanne Conner, a bossy and dominant woman who does not mince words. John Goodman, Dan, depicted the quintessential tough but loving husband and father who cared for his family more than anything else. And the chemistry between the two was sizzling enough to keep audiences entertained and hooked. Roseanne aired on ABC on October 18, 1988, and in its second season, it reached the #1 spot in the Nielsen ratings. Roseanne held a position in the top 4 during its first 6 seasons, and during its last 3 seasons, the show managed to stay in the top 20. In 2017, ABC decided to give Roseanne its 10th season. The first episode of the reunion version aired March 27, 2018, and the series reached the #3 spot in the ratings, with each episode registering close to 18 million viewers. Unfortunately, after a political controversy engulfed Roseanne Barr, ABC decided to cancel the show. Many believe Roseanne was a milestone in TV shows, as it took the risk of talking about issues no one was discussing at the time. In this video, we share with you 11 facts that are interesting about the Roseanne TV series. Did you know the lead writer of the show was fired after only the 13th episode? And the Lanford Lunchbox episode drew inspiration from Roseanne's real-life diner? For more interesting facts like this, keep watching. In some ways, Ellen and Seinfeld have Roseanne Barr to thank for their successful careers. When Marcy Carsey and Tom Werner, former ABC writers and producers, and founders of Carsey Werner Productions, were researching for TV show ideas, they realized the concept of a working mother as a show's central character had never been explored on TV. While women were an integral part of TV shows, they inevitably occupied the second place and were mostly cast in supporting roles. This observation and idea eventually became Roseanne. While casting for the show, Marcy and Tom decided to take a chance on Barr. After seeing her on The Tonight Show performing her routine called The Domestic Goddess, Marcy and Tom felt convinced Roseanne had the attitude as well as the charm and voice the lead character needed to pull off the show. So they decided to cast her. After the success of Roseanne, more and more writers and producers began taking the chance on real-life comedians, and we all know how that turned out for Seinfeld and Ellen. The show's lead writer was not in favor of calling the show Roseanne. Roseanne made Roseanne Barr a massive star. However, not many people know the show was created by Barr and Matt Williams, a successful TV producer and writer who had started his career with The Cosby Show. It was Matt who had come up with the idea of telling the story of a working-class family. In one interview, he explained his father worked in a factory and his mother was a waitress turned beautician. So he had seen the struggles of blue-collar families very closely, which is what inspired him to create the show. However, Matt was fired from the show after the 13th episode. Why? He wanted to call the show Life and Stuff, as he didn't want to make it about one person, but all the cast members. Roseanne Barr, on the other hand, was stuck on calling the show Roseanne. This led to a war of words between the two, and a tension that played a key role in Matt being fired from the show. The show saw a lot of recasting drama. At the beginning of the series, Roseanne and Dan had 3 children, Becky, Darlene, and David Jacob. Their 4th child, Jerry Garcia, was born in the 8th season of the show. The role of Becky was played by Lacey Gormans until season 5 of the show. However, after season 5, Lacey decided to quit acting to pursue higher education. The writers explained her absence by telling viewers she had eloped with Mark and settled in some faraway city. However, when it became challenging to keep the show going without her, they decided to bring back Becky and cast Sarah Chalke in the role. Sarah played Becky for 2 seasons until Lacey decided to return for season 8. Along with the viewers, Roseanne writers themselves often poked fun at this not-so-subtle recasting drama. On a related note, Becky isn't the only character from the show that witnessed recasting drama. The creators of the show had cast Sal Barone as DJ. However, by the time the '88 writers' strike ended, Sal Barone had grown up, and therefore Michael Fishman was cast in the role. One can still see Sal Barone as DJ in the pilot. Are you enjoying these facts about Roseanne? Everyone loved Roseanne and Dan's marital banter. However, not many people know John Goodman, who played Dan Conner, came very close to quitting because of Roseanne. We'll give you all the details in just a minute, so stay tuned. Meanwhile, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. The show also inspired an animated spin-off. Little Rosie debuted on ABC on September 8, 1990. The series was based on Roseanne Barr's childhood and included two other regular characters, Rosie's sister Tess and best friend Buddy. However, in 1990, Roseanne performed the Star-Spangled Banner at Jack Murphy Stadium, and almost everyone found her rendition rather screechy. Roseanne believes that this performance was responsible for Little Rosie being axed after only 13 episodes. The show was replaced by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Macaulay Culkin had auditioned for the part of DJ Conner. Not many people know that Macaulay Culkin had auditioned to play the part of DJ. However, he was rejected because Roseanne believed Michael resembled others and therefore looked a part of the family. Macaulay got his big break exactly 2 years later with Home Alone. Roseanne once chopped off Lacey Gormans's locks, but for a special reason. During an interview with Sarah Gilbert on The Talk, Lacey Gormans revealed her favorite Roseanne moment from the show. It so happened the show's producers once told her she couldn't cut her hair. When Roseanne heard about this, she took a pair of scissors and chopped off Lacey's beautiful locks, compelling the producers to allow the young actress to get a haircut done by a professional. The infamous chicken shirt is easily available online these days. During Season 5, every member of the Conner family appeared at least once wearing an ugly-looking, long-sleeved, egg and chicken printed shirt. Roseanne had found the shirt somewhere and picked it because she thought it was the ugliest shirt she'd ever seen. These days, you can easily find the shirt online. Roseanne's Diner served as the inspiration for the episode Lantford Lunchbox. In 1990, Roseanne and her second husband, Tom Arnold, opened a diner in Iowa, which they called Roseanne and Tom's Big Food Diner. Though they shut the restaurant after they split in 1995, the whole experience served as inspiration for the episode titled Lantford Lunchbox on Roseanne. Roseanne's team was compelled to go to Disney World. After the Walt Disney Company purchased ABC in 1996, Roseanne, like many other ABC shows of the time, including Boy Meets World and Full House, had to go to Disney World. While a Disney World trip made sense for other shows, the Conners weren't exactly rich, and therefore the idea of going to Disney World didn't make a lot of sense. The writers decided to explain the Disney World trip as the Conners splurging for once and spending Dan's last paycheck on a family trip to the happiest place on Earth. Johnny Galecki's character name was supposed to be Kevin and not David. Many of you now know Johnny Galecki as Leonard Hofstadter from The Big Bang Theory, but not many people know Johnny had starred as David Healy in Roseanne. David was Mark's younger brother and Darlene's love interest on the show. He was shown to be the exact opposite of Mark, kind, polite, considerate, and thoughtful. When Johnny first appeared on the show, his character's name wasn't David, but Kevin. It was Darlene who gave him the name David. Turns out Roseanne had since the very beginning wanted to call him David. However, at the time, Johnny was a part of another show called Billy, and his character's name on the show was David. The creators therefore decided to go with Kevin. Tired of Roseanne's outbursts, John Goodman once decided to quit the show. John Goodman played Dan Conner, Roseanne's funny and easygoing husband, as well as the father of her 4 kids. Goodman is the only person who auditioned for the role. His chemistry with Roseanne was so good, the creators decided to give the role to him without auditioning anyone else. Matt Williams, the show's lead writer, revealed during an interview with Entertainment Weekly that the marital banter between Roseanne and Dan that viewers so loved began when one day Goodman asked Roseanne Barr to scoot over so he could sit on the couch. To this, Roseanne replied, "Shut up," and just like that began their marital banter. Roseanne was quite happy when Goodman was chosen to play the part, as she had a huge crush on him. However, it's believed Goodman eventually began to grow tired of Barr's outbursts. During the series, he once walked off the set after Barr threw a tantrum. He had made up his mind to quit the show, but he held negotiations with the producers and decided to do an exit episode. In the end, things worked out and he decided to remain a part of the show. Did you enjoy this video on Roseanne? Are there any other interesting facts you'd like to add to the list? If so, please leave us a comment. And if you find our content entertaining, please like and subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to stay updated about all our latest videos.